Good morning, everyone. I am up and ready to head to Norfolk with Fairfax and Favour. I am dressed as well, although I have the sweats today. I haven't even bothered to do my makeup because we're literally heading straight to a hotel. So I've popped on something very nice, light and airy. I feel a little bit Isabel Marant vibes in this. This is one of the H&M waffle shirts, and then I've got a little sausage dog Ralph Lauren jumper on the back there. Beaufort and Blake jeans that seem to have some funny little bits on them. Beaufort and Blake jeans and some new little Western boots from Fairfax and Favour in the tan suede. I've brought the ivory suede as well because my outfit tomorrow is not too dissimilar to this, to be honest, but this is the look that we're going for. We are heading to the same place that we stayed last time. I think it's Congham Hall. So we're going to be staying overnight there. And there have been drills going all day in my house, so hopefully I'll have some demolition to show you when I get back, but very, very excited for this trip, I have to say, and considering I'm only going for one night, that is one packed suitcase. We have arrived to Congham Hall in Norfolk, and I'm going to tell you all about why we're here, but it is so lovely to be back here in a different season, because I don't know if you remember when I came here last for Burley Horse Trials. It was all cosmos in their beautiful little flower beds out the front of the hotel. Well, now it's completely different, and I'm going to get to show you it in a different season because it's so beautiful here. But we're going to get our bags unpacked, head inside, check in. We've got dinner for a day, ready for a day tomorrow of a very, very big meeting. You remember that all of these beds were the most glorious and high cosmos, and now we have tulips. Oh, tulips galore in beautiful fuchsia and orange, and we are just a little bit early for this stunning wisteria. The magnolia seems to have just bloomed, but it is looking completely different, and it's so, so lovely to be here. The beautiful entrance as well, and the roses just coming into bloom. And what a cracking croquet lawn. The garden is just waking up here, but it is glorious. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to have a lot to tell you when we get to the room. I've made it to my room. I'm staying in Braeburn, and you will recognise the fact that we stayed in one of these rooms when we were last here, but it was a different one. It wasn't actually Braeburn. And it is just glorious. You have the most spectacular views over their orchard, a lovely roll-top bath on the balcony. I can sit out there, have a coffee, or I can help myself to a very kind gift that has been left for me in the fridge. I have a bottle of Pierre Mignon Premier Cru Champagne. Whoever has left this here definitely knows their audience. I saw a quote that I must share with you, and it's something along the lines, I'm probably going to butcher it, but the quote is, "Of course I'm not everyone's cup of tea, darling. That's because I'm champagne." And I feel like that is my life motto. I've been searching for it my whole life, and that really is my life motto. But the glorious room, I've got a little card here that I haven't even opened yet, so I'm going to open it with you if I can find somewhere to prop you up. Does that work? I'll get a champagne flute because that's the kind of bouginess that we do on the vlogs. So, Lydia, thank you for visiting Congham Hall again. Please make yourself at home. Unfortunately, I'm not around during your visit, but if you need anything, our general manager, Catherine, will be on hand. Our guests particularly like sitting in the hot tub and watching the wildlife go by. You might also like the visit to the gift shop up the road. Turn right out out of the hotel. It's called Heather and Bear and will be open on Tuesday morning. Ruth! And I am here, excitingly, with Fairfax and Favour, and it feels so wonderful to be here because obviously I have just wrapped up my partnership with Swede, and it just feels so, I mean, it wrapped it up. That doesn't mean that it just like, it never gets mentioned again, because as you know, I wear and love everything that I work on so much, but it's just, it feels so wonderful to be starting a partnership so quickly afterwards. Usually it doesn't happen like that, but that's the joy of crossing so many sort of genres. Obviously I do beauty, I do fashion, but my main thing is lifestyle. I think that's the real element that I love most about what I do, is just sharing the life and all of its glory, and cheers to that. I'm really excited about this because this is something that is going to be a long process. So you're not going to see the fruits of our labour until 2025. So we've got a lot of time and a lot of ground to cover, and I'm here for the very first meeting for my partnership with Fairfax and Favour, which is going to be a very small co-designed collection of handbags. And when I tell you that I am going to be in this, very much so, because even before I agreed to this, I had to have a really clear understanding. I was like, if you're wanting me to come and just put my name to something, it's just not going to happen. But if you're wanting me to really put some input, really help with bringing a new dimension, I already knew what it was that I wanted to bring to Fairfax and Favour. This is the first meeting, so I probably will be a little bit coy. I don't like to go in there all guns blazing. You know, I've been working with the Karen Millen team on like their clothing and bits and pieces like that for such a long time, and they very much know my approach to things. But this is a whole new team, a whole new dynamic. You know that I have absolutely adored Fairfax and Favour for the last 2 years, ridiculously. Like their cost per me wearing their items, I'm basically wearing them for free now because I just wear them all the time. I've got their new boots on now. These are Fairfax and Favour Georgia boots. I'm wearing these today with a nice little white ensemble. I'm not wearing any makeup, and I just walked through the whole of the hotel and I was like, oh, maybe I should have put some makeup on. But I'm wearing these and they are so comfortable. I'm laughing because this is just very exciting for me because I love the team so much. Like, I think that that's the thing that I am so careful about with all of my partnerships, is that for me, half of this is, for me, the main thing about this is the team that I'm going to get to work with on it. I need them to understand me, which the Fairfax and Favour team absolutely do. And I believe the first meeting is going to be from 10:30 a.m. until 1 o'clock, so a good few hours of brainstorming, creativity, and whatever I can show you, I will show you. Whatever I can't will be cut quicker than a very fast cut thing. This is so exciting. Goodness me. I'm gonna have a cup of tea, chill myself down, and show you as much as I can. These are the gardens here at Congham Hall, and I'm going to take a look in their greenhouse. And you know what I love? I love that this is a little bit more rustic. Oh, look, at I'm repping Sarah Raven as well. I'm sure I'm not supposed to be showing you this, but I'm going to do it anyway. They've got all their little seedlings in there. And I love that they're just like making do with, because this would have obviously been a heated greenhouse. This is what these pipes would have been. And instead they've popped this little one in here. Oh, that sink is beautiful. And these are the little huts where I have been staying. So this is Brayburn here. I've stayed in some other ones along here, and they're their sort of garden rooms, which is very lovely. And these are where their other garden rooms look out over as well. Beautiful gardens. I've got the lovely spa here, which sadly I didn't bring my swimsuit, but in hindsight there wouldn't have been time. But they've got the little jacuzzi outdoors there, and then you come up to the main house where there's the swing and all of this beautiful land. This was where we were watching a little deer this morning. I think here is one of my favourite courtyards though. These are all little rooms around here as well, and it's so pretty.
No French, but to know English. There you go.
Millen, what's half of 1p? Millen just asked me. She was like, if this goes up 1p, they have to pay half, and they have to pay what? 50 millipiece. I quite like 50 millipiece. 50 millipiece is half a p. You should teach economics. You should run for the Bank of England, babe. 50 millipiece. That might be my favourite thing you've ever said. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The future currency of England is in millipiece.
Oh my goodness me. I feel like I need to give some context to that last clip there. Because we were having a conversation about something. I said something like, if you're asking someone for half of 1p, you know, 50 millipiece, and that is one of those moments, just like I shared in a previous vlog when Ali was doing the calculations in one of our guest bathrooms, and I could have very easily cut that out of my vlog. And no, I am not doing the great work, and no, I am not saving the world, but my goodness, do I not care if you think I'm good at numbers or maths? I genuinely don't care. But what I do care about is someone who is not good at maths or numbers watching my videos and going, wow, look at what Lydia's doing, and she's not very good at maths and numbers. Maybe because I'm not good at maths and numbers, I'm not such a no-hoper, because I was made to believe that I was such a no-hoper when I was at school because I wasn't good at things like that, that I am totally okay with leaving that in a vlog. And it made me laugh so much that someone put, you should have edited out the bit with numbers. No, there wasn't even any context to it. I didn't even have a laugh about it afterwards. It's so normal in my life that, like, someone will say to me, what is 3 plus 3? And I might struggle. I don't now because I know I've asked the question, but some things come easy to some people and other things don't. And numbers and those kinds of things, they just don't come easy to me. And usually I would have been like, I need you to know that I'm clever to justify where I am in my life and in my career. I don't need you to know that. I know that where I may not be academically smart, my goodness will I work hard instead. And that doesn't mean that you can't be academically smart and work hard at the same time. Not saying that at all. You absolutely can. But for me, I'm just not good at the other side of things. So I will work hard until I can make up for the fact that I think that half of 1p is 50 millipiece. And honestly, it makes me laugh. So I was laughing so much that that's what my brain came up with. Despite the years of school, my brain went to 50 millipiece over the primary school, secondary school, college, university, all of that education, telling me that half of 1p is, what is half of 1p? Can you get half of 1p? You can't. It doesn't exist. 50 right, so I think we should just leave this here. That's why on that video I left that in. That's why on that video I left me doing the equations in, because to some people it won't be a big thing. To some people, they'll be shocked. They'll go, wow, Lydia doesn't know how to do basic arithmetics. Is it even arithmetics? I don't know. And other people will go, oh my gosh, I can't do that. But hold on a minute. There are other ways to do things and other ways to achieve things, because when you're at school, there is such a huge emphasis put on being academically book smart that I spent a lot of my life thinking that I was not good at anything because I was not smart. But actually, I'm really good at other things, really good at other things. And you might be too, even if you don't know how to do your times tables, if you don't know what half of a penny is. So yeah, that's why I leave these things in, because I don't need you to think I'm smart. I know I'm smart in different ways. And anyway, we had a lovely evening, lovely food, lovely service, and I am going to do a little bit of work. I've got my laptop here, ready to go, a little bit of work before I go to bed, and start the day in Norfolk with Fairfax and Favour.
It's a wet day.
Don't mind me just doing my makeup with a scene from Animals of Farthingwood. That is a gorgeous muntjac deer just strolling through the field. It's just glorious here. Without a care in the world. You can always tell when muntjac deer are like calm, because they'll walk just like that, just slow and easy. The moment they're spooked by something, they're so fast. Honestly, there is so much wildlife here, as you can see. There's hares behind the deer as well. I'm just sat on the floor getting the good light. I mean, it's hard to not get good light when you are sat in front of these doors, but I'm doing my makeup for the day. I always get questions about what muntjac deer are, because I think they're quite an interesting looking deer. So I would say that they're almost like a hybrid between a bunny rabbit and a deer. Like their bottoms look like bunny rabbits, I'm not even joking, and they've got very, very interesting faces, and they're quite small in stature. I'm pretty sure they have horns at some stages in their lives, or iterations, but they're just very, very beautiful. They're not the typical like what's it called, like sort of speckled deers that you'd see in like Bambi or whatever, but yeah, it is so lovely just looking out over the orchard and seeing all of the wildlife. There's just so much going on. There's a little blackbird going across the lawn, important places to go and people to see. Literally, he's like, I've just done my makeup, and genuinely, this combination, the Chantecaille Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation and the Swede Miracle Powder over the top on my skin, and I forgot my Arden day cream. I didn't forget it, I bought the wrong one. It's one that looks just like it, and it's not the one. But yes, so I'm up, I'm about to get dressed, just touch up my hair and head to Narford Hall. These little blackbirds. And I'm not dressing up too much today. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but it's going to be a meeting in their offices, and so I want to be comfortable. I know from the majority of my Karen Millen meetings now, if we have a long one, you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be thinking about how uncomfortable you are. You want to be bringing the good ideas and just comfy. So I'm thinking jeans, a nice cozy cardigan, my Georgia boots. It's a good start, I think. Okay, outfit of the day, and you are very, very precariously situated there. But I've got the Georgia boots from Fairfax and Favour, Beaufort and Blake jeans in the white, a little Beaufort and Blake shirt, Lauren Manugian cardigan, I'm wearing Florist London fragrance, and that is pretty much the look of the day. It looks like it's brightening up at the moment, but I'm going to shove everything in my suitcase and get going.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
do want to see a really soft leather though, and I think this would work nicely in a soft leather. If you've got the option of a crossbody and a top handle with this, I think that would be really nice as like an everyday, especially in summer. If you think of like the Fairfax and Favour girl in like a cute little white dress with her Regina boots on in summer, and then a crossbody bag that's a little bit slouchy but she can add like a scarf to it or whatever. That to me is where I see this being really utilised.
One of our bags had to sound like an expensive Bentley shuffling or like a it was
wow.
that sort of thing. Men's briefcases
with
loads of that stuff with hardware. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
This could fit so perfectly with the work that we're just about to start doing, because it's got that kind of a bit equestrian, kind of early Ralph Lauren sort of moment, but also it feels fresh and modern and pared back.
Absolutely.
If you can get the two.
And it feels like it gives a good position for branding as well. We've got a nice amount of hardware, but we've not gone like wild with it. That, you see how this is quite long, a bit briefcasey. Bringing it in a little bit makes it a bit more traditional, but having it open makes it practical at the top.
More natural.
So that will develop the lovely patina.
That's very
beautiful. It's so natural that it'll pick up like the oils from everything, you know.
So is that you're like, we probably wouldn't want to work with something like that, or you would?
Yeah, I've made bags of that stuff before. It's really nice.
Because that is.
It's not cheap. It's lovely.
Of course.
Shocking. That's always the most. It's always the most expensive one on the table that everybody wants. Every time. But it will wear really well. Whereas some of the, the more coating it's got, the more you don't get that.
I mean like a roller part.
Yes, so
on that one.
Like on that one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sort of. If we're going for a more classic pared back buckle, but it doesn't have. If that actually feels a bit rubbish, but I'm thinking about those metal on metal feel when we're talking about like the closing of the lighter,
the nice
shutting the door on the Bentley kind of thing. And I love the Fairfax and Favour embossed on the gold. I think going back to this bag here, I really feel like there's something that I quite like about the hybrid of these two. You know, like how they established in 1845, giving it that sort of historical feel, but adding in the fact that it's part of the thing that I've worked on. So it almost feels like it's got the branding. I'm not trying to go, you know when you just go Fairfax and Favour times Lydia Millen, and you stick it on the bag and you go, that's what we're going with. You almost want this to feel like it's a certain edition, rather than like we're just going for the easy collab look. We have arrived to the beautiful Narford Hall, and I always feel so very lucky to get to come here and see this spectacular place. As you can hear, it is raining, but nothing will stop me standing back and taking this all in. We've got the beautiful orangery over the side here, and we're going to head inside and have lunch with Sue, my favourite person ever. We've just finished up the first initial design meeting, and I have to say, I'm so excited. I genuinely am. I feel so lucky to be able to do this. Windy and wet, so we're going in. Come on, small stuff. In you come. Oh, no, I did not take Porter and Barclay to Narford Hall. That is a segue to my evening treat. Good evening. Well, what a treat. Such a great idea from Carrie. I hadn't even thought, because we were in the car for 2 hours yesterday. I was mainly working from home, and I didn't even have PT yesterday, so I felt really sluggish. And then today we've obviously been sitting in a meeting and gone and had lunch and then sat in a car again, and I was like not feeling great at all. I was feeling quite sluggish. I generally feel like that around this time of the month anyway. And Carrie was like, oh, come on fast, sausage! Oh, pivot. The kingdom is now mine. I peed on it, so it's mine. And she was like, oh, I'm going to go home and have a dog walk. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got so dead set on my blooming dog walks in the morning that I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go in the evening. I usually don't exercise in the evening because I find myself so sluggish in the evening. But because I have been sluggish for 2 days, I am out and walking the fields, and it's actually quite a mild evening today. But yes, we did segue back home because obviously I'm not able to film inside Narford Hall. I'm able to film out on the outside, but there is so many historical artifacts in that home and so many happy doggies. And it was wonderful to have lunch with Sue again, who is Marcus's mum, because Sue is like one of those people that I talk about energy. She's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Such a joy to have lunch with her again, and also to spend it with the team. I'll give you a bit of a debrief when I get home. But I have a very busy week this week, so I am obviously just back from Norfolk. Tomorrow I'm in London. Short and sweet reason for being there. I'm just heading into London to Harrods because the candle that Ali got me for my birthday is actually launching in Harrods. So I'm going to head there. It's only a really quick pit stop and just see the little setup and that kind of thing. And then my friend Lauren is over from Monaco, so I'm going to see her, probably have some lunch or something like that, maybe do a spot of shopping, spend the afternoon with her. Then I have to get back home because in the morning I have an early morning reformer Pilates private class. I've been following this lady online for quite a while, and I did try and book in a while ago, but I wasn't sure whether like making the journey to her would be possible. But now I go to Farmhouse so often, I realise it's totally possible. And actually sometimes I quite like a reason to get in my car and go somewhere. So I'm going to her house and her beautiful orangery studio for my first sort of proper reformer Pilates class. I've tried it before, but I think, I don't know, I'm excited. So I've got that in the morning at 6:30, and then I am filming some content for TikTok, which this is huge for me, okay? As a content creator, this is huge. Because I think when you build a platform on a platform, it is always very, you know, it almost feels quite, you feel quite detached. It's been so lovely to sort of get to work with them on some content, and it's gardening content, which I love that they've come to me for gardening content, because for me, I think I've said it before, I only really share my gardening content as the form of a hobby. It's not something that I'm like looking to make my identity. It's just, I think it's a lovely thing, and I think I'm learning, you're learning, so it's not who I am online. And so the fact that they've come to me for that, just because I shared a little update, I'm really excited. So I've got to film 2 little videos for them, for their channels, and then I'm doing my first ever Instagram live, and I'm doing it with Nadine Baggett. Porter, Barkley, sit. Hold on, the sheep, I need to get the boys across. As you can see, sheepy bars on the field. And one thing I would say, it's always good to remember that your dogs need to be on a short lead on farmland. And that's why we have this very, very handy double short lead. I don't have extendable leads when I'm on farmland, just purely because I actually don't use them any time, because they'll go off lead wherever I let them. Oh goodness me. Come on, boys. They go off lead when come on. Because they go off lead when they're allowed to go off lead, obviously when there's no other animals present, keeping them on a short lead the rest of the time, it's good for their training, it's good that they're used to it, and they shouldn't really pull this much, but you know, I'm a bad parent in that sense. And they love eating sheep poo, which I presume is only milk and grass. So I mean, it's not fantastic, but you know, come on. Oh, you've literally eaten that whole thing. Come on, Porter.
So gross. Well, just one good thing to remember, especially at this time of year when there's little babies. Look at them all. I feel like I'm herding them with the sausage dogs. You're a shepherd, Porty. Wonderful scenes over the brook. Remember when I was showing... Oh, the little ducks in there as well. Remember when I was showing you... Oh! Those ducks were paid actors. Remember when I was showing you this and all of the water was up to here? Well, we're sort of balancing out everything now. But yes, anyway. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm going on Nadine Baggett's Instagram Live, which I've never done an Instagram Live before. We're just going to be talking about lots of lovely things and chatting about beauty and bits and pieces like that. And it's an honour, really, because, you know, she's a very different calibre of creator because she is a professional. She's a professional in the beauty world, and I respect her so much because of that. That it's a real honour, because I'm obviously a professional influencer. It's not quite the same thing. Does different things, but it's good to sort of bring those two together because there's definitely space for all of us. And I think that her work is so important in making sure that when you're giving like really, you know, that strong skincare and beauty advice, that it's backed up. I just kind of go, oh, this felt lovely. It felt lovely on my skin and it made me look like this. So that is exciting, an exciting way to end the week. Oh, and then on Friday, the very last thing on Friday is I've got a BBC interview with Joe Good. And it feels quite serendipitous that all of this is happening now, just after my event, when I've been able to bring all of these people together. It just feels like such a lovely way of me being able to say thank you to them. I know that, you know, you don't always have to say thank you to those things. I mean, I say it in person, but yeah, I don't know, it's just lovely. And after an incredible meeting with the Fairfax and Favour team today, I've got lots to tell you, nothing to show you because I can't, but lots to tell you and just debrief and give you a sort of overview, because I didn't want to tell you too much about my thoughts, because, you know, you're kind of hoping that they're on the same page and that kind of thing. So I have to say, nothing puts life back into perspective, and I think that this was definitely something that my life was missing when before COVID, is coming out and walking after doing that sort of exciting, fancy, these otherworldly moments that I never imagined I would ever get to do. Nothing recalibrates, and it sounds, I always say it sounds airy-fairy, but nothing recalibrates and just reminds me what's important. Obviously my work is very important to me, but it isn't the be-all and end-all for me. And I have to remember that life is important in its simplest form, first and foremost. And yeah, this is such a great way to just put myself back where I need to be. And it's interesting, actually, I had someone tag me in a story today, basically, but nothing awful, nothing like that I was upset about or anything like that. It was just kind of like a, gosh, blast from the past. I just stumbled across a podcast with Lydia Millen, and I haven't watched her for a while because I used to obsess over her when I was in my 30s and her glamorous lifestyle and blah 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 blah. It's one of those things that, like, when all of this fancy stuff started happening to me, I think Ali spoke about this the other day, and he spoke about it in our blog, in our Q&A together as well. He was like, there was this really strange point where he was working 9 to 5 on the tools as a tradesman, and then at the weekend he'd be whisked away to Cannes and he would be interviewing Lewis Hamilton on a yacht, and these two worlds didn't correlate. And there's this really strange point, in especially in the early days, because we're at the forefront of this industry, you know, all of these insane opportunities were happening to us and we were living lives that we were never imagining. And obviously I'm still living a life I didn't imagine, but I have a different focus now. And back then it was very much, you know, the bags, the show, the this, that and the other. And I'm sure there's still an element to that. But it's different now. And I understand things a little bit differently. But I also I'm not angry at the girl that didn't know that, because these opportunities were once in a lifetime opportunities that I'd worked and earned fair and square. I was there, I was in the ring, I was creating the content when everyone was laughing, I was doing it. And these opportunities arose and they were offered to me. And rightly so. If you find yourself in a position where those are the opportunities that you're given, like I remember when we went to Bora Bora and people got very upset, and I know that things have changed now, but I mean, was I in my right mind going to turn down a trip to Bora Bora? No, I was not. I can't even afford that now, let alone then. I'm grateful, and obviously things change and trends change and lifestyles and what they're doing, and I do think that the influencer industry has got better and got more conscious, and I do understand how those things alienated customers, absolutely, but I was just not going to say no. Just in a nutshell, I wasn't. So yeah, anyway, I need to voice note that girl back because she sent me some very interesting voice notes. So yeah, anyway, heading home. Ladies and gentlemen, that is little 50 Cent running with his mummy. They literally just came up right behind me. Oh, he's doing so well.
Well, I could not quite believe that yesterday with little 50 Cent coming up behind me like that with his mum. I couldn't believe it. It was honestly, I turned around and there was a sheep and 2 lambs, and I was sort of like, what are they doing following me? And then I looked and it was little 50 Cent and his brother 50 pence. But yeah, I really needed that yesterday evening, and I came home and I just worked, so I didn't really vlog for the rest of the day, and it also gave me the opportunity to decompress, which is something that I know is very beneficial for me to do after what was a very, very exciting day for me. So I can tell you a little bit more about what we discussed and what we talked about when we were there, and it was such an amazing experience because first of all, the Fairfax Favour team had like prepared, and they knew what they were dealing with, and we looked at leathers, we looked at hardware, and I think the biggest thing for me was that I've obviously seen the offerings of Fairfax and Favour in there, like accessories and bags and things like that, and I really wanted to be able to bring something a little bit different, and almost like pare things back. And what I got was a real unique insight into a lot of forward planning, a lot of new styles and things like that, and it was very intriguing for me to see the path that the brand is taking. They did give me the opportunity to share things. I chose not to share anything from the collaboration because I have learnt over the years, for me, I just really want this to go smoothly and keep it under wraps for as long as possible. But there were some really serendipitous moments with my leather selections, and when I tell you the leather that we are going to be able to work with is a dream come true when it comes to accessories. You'll know when it comes to handbags, I have a real passion for heritage and high quality like leathers, and the fact that I have been afforded the opportunity to work with materials like this is quite exciting for me. And it was so lovely to be on the same page as the team as well. Nothing they put in front of me was sort of like a, yeah, you can't really have that kind of thing. It was very exciting for me. This is going to be a long-term project, so I want you to know that here and now, that if you're expecting this to come out in the next few months, it's not. My focus on this, and Fairfax and Favour's focus on this, is craftsmanship, quality, and bringing something new. We are not working fast on this. We are taking the slowest pace so that when it comes to the final product, it is a product that we are both completely aligned with when it comes to the craftsmanship, how this product will stand the test of time. I don't want you thinking this is going to be a Fairfax and Favour times Lydia Millen stamp on a bag. That's not what this is going to be at all. I think you're going to be so pleasantly surprised by what we're working on. It's obviously initial stages. We were working on sketches, leathers, clasps, metalwork, even like metal tone. I am so particular when it comes to metalwork tone, and it's been very eye-opening for me learning about what it is that I enjoy about handbags and how that's changed over the years as well, because that's the thing. I don't want to create something that's just a flash in the pan moment. I want this to be something, like I always say, that perhaps, like, I don't know, 50 years from now, someone will find one of the items from this collection in their grandma's attic, and the leather is still as beautiful and as supple, and there'll almost be a story within the bag that you'll be able to understand a little bit more. So I'm not going to say any more. I don't want to give it away. I've been in this game a long time, over 12 years, and to still be afforded opportunities like this is not lost on me. There are so many influencers nowadays. It seems like everyone's got 1 million followers, and 1 million followers is the new 100K. But to be working with brands in the way that I get to, and on the projects that I do, it's never lost on me. And I feel very lucky to have just finished a collaboration and to be moving on to talking about my next one. It's not lost on me. I am, in all honesty, just me and my 9 lives that I've probably got about 5 left of. We're very grateful. So anyway, today is a little bit of a different day because I'm heading down to London. I'm going to Harrods because Jo Malone has their Whimsical World pop-up. So it's basically a bit of an afternoon of discovery of the new Whimsical World pop-up, where they have the iconic Jo Malone London boxes in beautiful little shapes like bunny rabbits and teddy bears and cats and mouse. I really hope there's a sausage dog. If there's not, I'm going to put in a formal complaint. In the iconic Jo Malone London colours, and they'll all be for gifting, like making the perfect gifts, but also you would have seen that I got a candle for my birthday from my lovely husband, and that is a Harrods exclusive. The Wild Berry and Bramble candle is my favourite. More of a, I save it for autumn because I always feel like brambles and berries are very much like the final harvest of the summer season. So I tend to move into them at that time of year. But when I tell you that this candle is by far the most complimented candle I have ever owned from Jo Malone, I'm not messing around, okay? It's serious. So I asked for that for my birthday and Ali got it for me. So I've been invited down to check out the little pop-up that's going along with it. It's not a long thing. I think it's about half an hour. So we're going to pop in and have a bit of a mooch. And then my gorgeous friend Lauren is over from Monaco and we are going to do a bit of a girly lunch. Right, okay, I need to pack my bag. I need to choose my outfit and get ready to go. Okay, first stop of the day, and we are heading to Harrods, and then Lauren is coming to meet me afterwards. But I've been listening to my book on the way down, and I haven't got into a book for such a long time. I'm actually listening to quite a niche one. It's called The Green Witch, because, and I feel like I need to explain this to you, I went to, obviously, Narford Hall yesterday, and for the first time I was shown the main sort of kitchen, and Marcus's mum, Sue, showed me in one of the cabinets. I have to say, it is probably one of the most beautiful kitchens I have ever seen in my life. Like, so perfectly eclectic, and she'd stripped the whole thing back to like bare oak. It was so gorgeous. But she goes, go and open that cupboard up there. So I opened the cupboard and it was full of all like dried herbs and foraged flowers and foraged leaves that had been sorted into jars. I wish I could have taken a picture or at least shown you it, or at least picked her brain about it a little more, because it was just the dream. I think one of my goals with my kitchen garden this year is definitely to harvest my herbs and also forage in the woodland a lot more and dry the things out and preserve them for the winter, and start a bit of a sort of herbal, start a bit of a herb collection, I think, but of actual things that I have grown. So I want to learn a little bit more about it. I'm not sure if this is the book for that, but I'm enjoying listening to it at the moment. It's quite a calm listen. I know that some people won't want to listen to anything that has the word witch in it, but it's really not like that at all. It's not like lotions and spells and things like that. It's just kind of like the art of natural kind of remedies and things. But anyway, heading to Harrods first. It is freezing today. I was sat at the train station and I was like, oh my goodness, it is so cold. Where the hell is the warm weather? But anyway, Harrods first. Of course, beautiful florals at the Jo Malone pop-up. And all of the gorgeousness. So this was what I was explaining to you earlier. These little teddy bear and cat shaped. Lumi's going to be over the moon. But we're going to be sampling a few different fragrances and getting to grips with the Jo Malone Townhouse collection, which is lovely. Now I know that there is one, ooh, orange blossom. Oh my gosh, it smells incredible. But someone told me about a bluebell fragrance. And I don't know if they made it up or whether they were teasing me, but I'm going to find out. Wild bluebell. There it is.
Sorry, so if you need hand filming anything, I'm more than happy to give you a hand.
I've got my
You're sorry, just jumping in there for you.
no, thank you. You do whatever you need to do. Yeah, absolutely. Someone popped this in the comments section of one of my videos and I was like, why have I not smelled this? Wow, oh my goodness, that is incredible. Okay, I have to have that. That's incredible. Okay, next up.
Yeah, I really like your concept of the nice to meet you, Sasha. Are you shopping today? Yeah. Thank you.
So nice to meet you guys. Have a good day. Bye. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm going to choose now. I feel like there's so many new fragrances. There's nectarine blossom and honey. It's like a kid in a candy store. Not so much for me. This is the nectarine blossom and honey. I usually like quite honey fragrances, but it's a bit too sweet for me, I think. And then the final one, fig and lotus flower. It's sweet again, but that's really nice. It's almost like if you think about your favourite fig fragrances, but softened with a really, really like delicate citrusy sweetness. I think it's the first two for me.
Talking about
Yeah.
today is all of my best-selling scents.
Okay.
The whimsical one,
Yes.
which is actually exclusive to Harrods.
Amazing.
All of these beautiful boxes.
Yes.
The bear and the kitten. Nowhere else in the world. It's only Harrods. Perfect for your perfect present.
I'm going to put in a request for a sausage dog. Because my cat Lumi's... Yeah. So these, you can have anything you want that will fit in them, packaged up in a beautiful box like this for gifting.
For gift, yes, we can.
Amazing.
We can, in this, if you choose the teddy bear,
Yeah.
you will actually get 4 products in this. So we can actually feed quite a few.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay, did not expect that.
No, it looks smaller.
Yeah, it does.
But it's actually quite spacious.
Oh, that's very well thought out. Okay, so we're doing the scent testing. So can I introduce you to the vlog? This is Tamash, and he's going to be helping me get to grips with some of the best fragrance, but also the new Townhouse collection. Okay, I'm
And
gonna.
you actually pronounced my name correctly.
Well, do you know what? I panicked then. I thought I hadn't. I was like, I've just asked him. Okay, so we're smelling. Listen. Oh, this one is spritzing the wrong end.
That's fine, but this one is what they do in perfumery, because what they do is they dip this end to the bottom of the pure oils, and then they just weigh them together, and that's how they come up with new scents. Close, but you mentioned it.
I mentioned it already.
Yeah?
That's so funny. Okay, right, I'm going to test again.
And you know this?
I know this.
Yes.
You do?
This is a twist on English meditation.
English Pear and Sweetie. Yay! I love it. I literally wear it almost every day.
Do you want to go for it? This is a kind of sweeter and more floral twist. No? That is, imagine
Give me a clue.
English coastline. You're sitting in the morning there with your coffee and the wind brings some salty notes.
Something in wood sage and sea salt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
You hired.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know what this is.
That's a statement.
Yeah, pomegranate one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
This is like a cozy evening at my house when we've got friends over. That's what that reminds me of.
So Tamash was just telling me that these are basically inspired by the interiors of the Jo Malone townhouse. Now, I have smelt pastel macaroons, but I have always wanted to smell the Jo Malone green tomato vine, so I'm going to do that. I beat you to it. And then you've got lilac, lavender, and love. I've not smelt that one.
Oh wow.
For me, it's a fruit basket.
That's like raw. Like you've just kind of broken open a fig straight from the tree. That's freshest, because I don't like anything that's too like synthetically smelling. I like it to feel like you. That is really lovely.
You have it.
Hello. I'm having all of the sniffs today.
Hello. Take a seat.
So this is my friend Lauren.
Oh, hi Lauren, I'm Sophie, nice to meet you.
Welcome to the vlog, Lauren. You look gorgeous. I love your outfit. So nice.
Even I love your outfit.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I'm Thomas, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I've got a very nice new lipstick on.
Are we wearing the same one? What, you got rose thorn and wild rose?
I've got
Rose thorn. Yes, we're wearing the same. They look better on you.
Oh, I wanted to wear the same.
Yeah. Well, everything looks better on her. This is the green tomato. I love that.
Imagine that in your greenhouse,
Yeah.
your kitchen.
I've got a greenhouse.
Didn't you have this there? Have you not had that in the house before?
Not the green, but I had the Daleston one. I've never smelled the Jo Malone one.
You had a Jo Malone one on the last time I came to the house.
It was the
Candle
small
or
version
oh,
of
that
this
one.
that I got. I got this for my birthday from Ali. Oh.
Where does it take you?
This is in the library of an old house with the fire on. Oh,
Wow,
yeah, I
you
really
should
like
work for us.
Yeah. I'm in the library. It's like old dusty
Yes.
walls. That I've got that at Christmas. In fact,
It's
maybe
actually fireplace.
Yeah,
Glowing embers.
yeah, wild berry and bramble. I like that one though for Christmas. That's really like cozy to me. I'm the type of person that leaves the fire door open so my house stinks of embers. So I should just probably be
But
better
that's
for me.
beautiful, isn't it?
We have come to Harrods. Harrods? No, we're now at Harry's, not Harrods, close. But Lauren has gone for the lobster ravioli. Perfect, good choice. I've gone for the steak and broccoli, and they didn't have any new potatoes, so I've gone for mash. But I always think that mash is a good option, so yeah, perfect. Go in first. You show, so Lauren always manages to talk me into dessert. I'm not really a huge dessert person, but when I saw the donuts, I was like, well, if I was going to pick one, it would be the.
Oh yes.
Also, can we appreciate Lauren's outfit, please? I am utterly obsessed. There's only one person on this earth that whenever I meet up with them, I go home and I'm like, right, I need to replicate this outfit. Literally, I've been thinking of all the ways I'm going to replicate this outfit when I go home.
Let me serve you.
Oh, thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Some brittle.
Oh no, I have a. That's enough for me. Thank you. Wow. Good morning, everyone. It is just gone. It has just gone 7:30, and I am leaving my very first one-on-one private reformer Pilates session with what I can confidently say is my new Pilates instructor, my new reformer Pilates instructor. Oh, such a beautiful location first and foremost, and such an incredible instructor. I feel so happy, and despite the fact that I got back at 10:30 last night and probably didn't actually get to bed until about 12ish, I was up at 5 today to head to this class, and my goodness, I feel so good. So I think I probably ended up vlogging with you until
Lauren and I went to the Berkeley. We ended the evening at the Berkeley, and we just enjoyed some drinks and kind of caught up, which was just so lovely. I probably stayed a little bit later than I should have, and I'm so glad that I got up. And you know, like when you're getting to bed quite late and you're thinking, oh no, I'm not going to get up and I'm not going to feel great. Despite having like 5 hours sleep, I feel so lovely, and she's so good. And it's sorry, I'm gushing a little bit because I don't think you realise how much I enjoyed that. She's got the most beautiful little studio at her home, which is like a little orangery. It's gorgeous. Oh, I've had the best morning ever. Right, I'm upstairs and I'm going through my drawers and my beauty bits because I've got my live with Nadine Baggett very shortly, and I am inundated with beauty products. It's so much fun thinking about all the things that I don't really like talk about that much on my channel but use all the time. So this should be really interesting, and I've watched a few of her lives. I watched her one with Louise Boyce, Mama Still Got It, and it's just like a little chat with friends, but you get to like sit in and be part of it. So I'm just going to grab a load of beauty products. I'm going to make sure my phone is charged. I do need to get an early night tonight, because I have an interview in the morning with the Lady magazine, which is, guys, for me this is a bit of a moment because it's a real icon of a magazine. I also have been very lucky enough to meet the owner, and I'm going to be meeting via telephone call the owner's wife tomorrow morning. So it's going to be really lovely. It's a beautiful magazine, and it's going to be such a treat to have a little feature in it. And then in the evening I have my interview with Joe Good, which is going to be on BBC. I don't know if I told you, I met Joe at CEW I think it was just before Christmas, and I know that she had watched my videos for a while, and I instantly recognised her the moment I saw her, and she hadn't seen me. And so I went up and I just touched her on her arm and I went, hello you. And she literally, we were like dressed the same. It was so funny. And then obviously she came to my Swede beauty event recently, and it was just lovely to have her. She's such a lovely person. And so it's going to be wonderful to have a discussion with her about so much, like industry, books, evergreen, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to just all of this. It's like, what a lovely end to the week, I would say. Got some old favourites and new favourites. I'll give you a sneak peek. We've had workmen in the house all day. We've had a leak in the house, which I'll show you later when I've got the house to myself. And yeah, it's mentally I've been turning my thoughts around on these things, but yes, it's been one of those days. That is the face of someone who has had enough of my You had enough of my You had enough? Yes. She's like, shut up, human. I've had enough of you. I always say that you end up with animals that look like their owner. And actually, I'm sat here saying that you look beautiful, but that is uncanny. We are actually the same Bengal. She's like, yeah, that's the spot, human. That's it. That's it. Yeah. A little to the left. A little to the left. You are going to fall off of here, Lumi, if you enjoy that anymore. Right, I am all set up. It's like the most makeshift Instagram live setup. I've got my light hooked to my mirror. I've got my stand resting on a tub of moisturizer, but you got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to pop you somewhere, and we are going to get ready for our live with Nadine Baggett. How exciting!
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi!
How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm very well. I was saying lots of things while I was waiting for you to join. Even though I think people know you really well because you share so much of your life, you're a little bit shy. So I've been nagging you to do this for ages, so thank you for doing it.
Oh my goodness, I am so sweaty after that. Having all of the lights on and having my light there on, oh my gosh, I'm like,
needed to have some extra powder. That is something that I've learned from that, but that was unreal. Loved every moment of it. Nadine is incredible. And she's so fascinating to talk to. I don't know if I mentioned when it was that we first met. Well, we first met on the set of a L'Oreal shoot, which was incredible. But I feel like I really got to know her at an Arden event that we recently did. And you know, when you're just like, oh gosh, this group of women, incredible. And so it was so lovely to talk with her about beauty, but I think I really am gonna have to have her come over and we're gonna have to talk gardening, because it's so lovely hearing how other people have found that real grounding element of nature as well, and we've all done it in different ways for different reasons, and hearing about how she's moved out from London. It just, oh, she's just the most fascinating human being. So yes, that's that one done. I am going to crack on with some work, probably make some dinner, feed the dogs, and clean up this mess.